The Colossus of Rhodes statue, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, once proudly guarded the entrance to the Rhodes town harbour. The Colossus of Rhodes must have been a magnificent sight to behold when it was standing, but nothing of it is visible today, leaving one to wonder what became of it. The Colossus of Rhodes was created by the Rhodian sculptor Chares of Lindos, and it took 12 years to build. It was made of bronze and iron and was reported to have been so large that ships could pass through its legs. It is one of the 7 wonders, was a huge and magnificent structure built to commemorate a victory that took place on the Greek island of Rhodes centuries ago. The construction of the Colossus statue served as a reminder of the islanders' effective defenses against the Macedonian military commander Demetrius Poliorcetes, who had terrorized them for more than a year with his naval and army forces. According to descriptions, the Colossus of Rhodes was the largest statue in ancient times, measuring about 33 meters, or about the same height as a modern Statue of Liberty, 1876. The Colossus statue was ultimately destroyed by an earthquake in 226 BC, but pieces that had been preserved at the time have been recovered. Here you're in Hallmark Time Machine History, welcome! The Colossus of Rhodes was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and today I'll explain why it was built. Come along, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel! Due to the Colossus statue's widespread fame, the native islanders were even given the nickname Colossians by visitors. The fabled 7 wonders of the ancient world statue was said to have vanished by the time Muawiyah, an Arabian general, had overthrown the regional Rhodian rulers in 653 AD. Since 2008, several proposals to rebuild the Colossus statue have been made due to its popularity. A group of young European archaeologists, architects, and civil engineers have proposed updating the statue to conform to 21st century standards. The goal is not to create an exact replica of the 40-meter tall bronze structure. However, the goal is to make the visitors feel the same way they did over 2,200 years ago. This new Colossus would be approximately 5 times as tall as the ancient one. In addition to acting as a lighthouse, it would also house an art gallery, a library, and a cultural museum. Sailing into the island's harbor would be a once-in-a-lifetime experience if the Colossus is ever revived. The history behind the iconic Colossus of Rhodes was considered pivotal because it controlled access to the Aegean Sea due to its large naval forces and advantageous location. Protecting the trade route, Rhodes signed neutrality treaties with its neighbors. Because of their close ties to Ptolemy I, the Rhodians worried that Demetrius Poliorcetes might receive ships from them. A monument to their sun god, Helios, later known as the Colossus of Rhodes, was built to honor their valiant resistance and victory after the abandoned Heliopolis had its metal covering melted down and sold the remaining pieces of Poliorcetes' machinery. The Colossus statue's construction began in 292 BC, and historical accounts claim that iron tie rods, to which brass sheets were attached to create the skin covering, were used to build the structure. The monument's interior was filled with stone blocks as construction on it continued. The monument stood on a 15-meter-high marble platform that overlooked the entrance to the Rhodes port. The Colossus of Rhodes was created by Chares of Lindos, a Lysippus sculptor's student. The monument was about 33 meters tall, according to records from the time. Some claim that he built a sizable earthen slope that grew larger as the monument rose. Modern engineers, referencing the accounts of Philo and Pliny, who both witnessed the artifacts firsthand and wrote about them, have proposed their own compelling explanations for the statue's construction. The Colossus statue's feet were made using classical Greek casting techniques. A total of 8 cast iron bars are arranged in a horizontal radial pattern, with the top 2 bars twisted to conform to the shape of the legs. Subsequent depictions of the monument frequently have it positioned so that one foot is on either side of the harbor entrance. Helios, who is depicted in a fresco in a nearby temple, stands with one hand over his eyes, suggesting that this is the pose in which the Colossus of Rhodes was built. Because this was a common depiction at the time, researchers are familiar with facial and skull features. It is unknown to historians how the monument actually appeared. After the earthquake, the Colossus statue was in a collapsed state. The monument remained in place for 54 years before an earthquake in 226 BC destroyed much of Rhodes, including the port and commercial structures. The monument fell to the ground after buckling at the knees. The people of Rhodes refused to have the statue rebuilt after Ptolemy III offered to pay for its repair because they believed they had offended the god Helios, according to the Delphic Oracle. Strabo was a Roman historian who spent his life in Asia Minor as the Republic was expanding into the Empire. Geographica, 1469, written by Strabo, is widely regarded as a definitive historical account of the world as it was known to the author at the time. Strabo claimed that the Rhodian port, located on Rhodes' eastern coast, was so far ahead of the rest of the world in terms of docks, roads, fortifications, and general developments that he couldn't even begin to draw comparisons with other cities. Pliny, the Elder's Naturalis Historia is one of the largest single publications to have survived from the time of the Roman Empire to the present. Pliny stated that the enormous sun statue was by far the one that deserved their respect the most. The monument was destroyed by an earthquake 56 years after it was built. Where did the rest of the pieces of the Colossus of Rhodes go? Remains of the monument were allegedly melted down by an Arab militia led by Muawiyah. However, its memory lives on. The Colossus has been featured in countless works of art, literature, and film, and it continues to inspire awe and admiration in those who see it. Its size and grandeur, as well as its symbolism of strength and protection, make it an unforgettable and timeless symbol of the resilience of the human spirit. Thank you for watching Hallmark History. I really hope you enjoy this episode. If you do, please come back for the next one, and I'd really love it if you liked the video and subscribed.